friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today I want to talk about a team that I saw off of DB Official's office channel, and that is the Shaak Trooper team. Now, in his video, he actually starts it at the end of phase 1 and goes through phase 2, or goes into phase 2, and here I actually started at the end of phase 2 and pretty much almost dominate phase 3. Now, there's a big difference between DB Official's video and mine, and that is he planned to do this. He had worked it out, he had tried some stuff out, and he had come up with a game plan. I had not. I saw the video, and by that I mean, so as I showed this video, just know if you follow the tips in his video, you're most likely going to come out with a much better result than what I've done here. Now, in this video, you're going to see the Shaak Trooper team. That is Shaak Ti, Fives, Rex, Echo, and I'm using Arc Trooper. Dominate, just absolutely dominate phase 2, or the tail end of phase 2 and phase 3. Now, I think you could have equal success or great success as well with Cody and or Clone Trooper Sergeant, right? It just really depends. You've got to figure it out, you know, how best or however what will work for you. Now, I want to preface this video and flat out say, guys, this is a dev account that I'm doing this on. This is a Relic 7 across the board. All characters are completely maxed out, and all characters are Zated and Omega'd and all that other jazz. They have some pretty powerful mods on them too. So keep that in mind as you're looking at this damage. I've tried to imitate this with my own account. I'm not as successful, but at the same time, I don't have all of my characters geared as highly as I do on this video that we're watching here. Now, first and foremost, the most important thing you have to have here is you have to have Shaak Ti in the lead. Her leadership ability gives them additional speed, gives the clones additional speed, and every time they attack out of turn, they recover 5% health and protection, which is a freaking ton. Not that 5% is a ton, but the fact that they're attacking out of turn as often as they do means that you're watching it here. They're not losing a ton of health, they're not losing a ton of protection, and if they do, it gets recovered pretty quickly, which is awesome, which is wonderful. At the start of the battle, Galactic Republic allies, which all of these get a plus 15% max health, plus 5% max protection, and plus 15% offense for each clone trooper ally. That is huge. So what you're seeing here is 60% max offense, 40% or 20% max protection, and 60% max health. Those are huge numbers, and you cannot, there is no other leadership ability that does that as well. Now, this is important because it's going to couple with what we see from Fives here in a minute. But one of her unique abilities is whenever Shaak Ti or a clone takes damage from an attack, she gets 20% turn meter. That means she's going to go more and more often, and it's just great, right? In addition to that, they also gain Retribution, which means they're going to be hitting again and again, which again means more protection, more health, right? And this is just very, very beneficial. But one of the things that I loved about this ability, or one of the things that I love about her leadership ability, is training exercise. This is the all assist. During this, Shaak Ti and target allies, so she gets to choose another character, recover 35% of max health and protection. That's very crucial if and when one of your clones is starting to kind of fall below kind of the safe range of health and protection in this raid. So it's a very important thing. They also gain 5 stacks, or up to 5 stacks, of 25% critical damage until the end of the battle. This battle takes so freaking long that they're gonna have 125% critical damage by the time they get to Traya, or by the time they get to whatever phase they're getting to. I think Skeltrix has actually seen this dominate all of Phase 3 and most of Phase 2, I think. So there's a lot of potential here if you're running the team properly. But then you gotta jump over to Rex. His unique is freaking awesome. So he gives all 5/0 first allies plus 4 speed for each 5/0 first ally present. This, I mean, looking at this, 5/0 first allies, that's why Arc Trooper is as beneficial, because he helps give them that additional plus 4% speed, right? So right off the bat, he's giving them plus 20% speed, which makes them go that much faster. Other 5/0 first Clone Trooper allies reduce their ability cooldowns by 1 at the start of each of their turns. So every time they go, it's an additional -1, which is, you know, very, very effective. But it's the aerial advantage that really starts to do some serious, serious damage. And you've seen it before, but it reads, deal physical damage to target enemy plus bonus damage equal to 25% of the target's max health for each turn a Clone Trooper ally has taken during this encounter. Now, that's awesome. That is powerful, because the more they go, and this is one of those teams that has a great deal of survivability, the more damage this ability is going to do. And towards the end of the battle, when we're facing off against Traya, especially when she's been toppled, especially when she's doing her, like, she's on her knees and she's about to, like, you know, get hit pretty hard, you've got this moment where Rex comes in and does a crazy ton of damage. Now, I mean, if you wanted to do standalone and then do this, which I did one time, and I'm watching this, I did one time, I'm standing alone, Rex does his aerial damage, and what you see here is literally over 250,000 in damage. I mean, that is insane. That is absolutely crazy. Over 250,000 in damage, 270,000 damage. That's just nuts to think about. And again, I don't have Rex modded. I've got good mods on him, don't get me wrong, but I probably don't have the most optimal mods on Rex. Like, the way I'm looking at him now on this team, I've got speed mods on him. For anyone who's watched my channel, you know that mods are not my strength, and I've not spent a lot of time on my personal account or on my dev account finding the best mods. And so what you see here is a suboptimal run still doing 39 million in damage. And this is just crazy. This last little bit against Traya doesn't take a ton of time, again, because Rex is dominating. It's absolutely insane to watch. Having said that, I do have to say that what's most important here is the death order of your characters. The most important thing here is you want Fives to be able to use his tactical awareness. Now, Fives, I've loved Fives from the very beginning. Fives has been one of those characters that through thick and thin, he's always been predominantly awesome, right? Like, he's been one of the best clone troopers. When all of the other clones kind of sucked, when they weren't as good as they could have been, Fives was still hands down amazing. And the rework for Fives is awesome, and I think it's great, and it's awesome it's in keeping with what we've seen from his story in the Clone Wars. But it says if Fives is defeated this way, right? So he sacrifices himself. That person they recover 100% health, and so on. They gain, right? 501st Clone Trooper allies gain his max health max protection, speed, and offensive stats, in addition to their own until the end of battle. Now, keep in mind that they've been boosted, right? They've already been boosted to an crazy amount. They've got all those other ups and boosts. I think it's just awesome to see this, and I'm gonna let this play out, but this is a phenomenal team. And again, I wanted to show this simply because there's a lot of potential here, and whether you're using it at the end of P1 and you're going to try to solo P2, which I do think is absolutely possible, or you're trying to just kind of get through P2 and work through P3, this is an amazing team. Now, I also think that this is part of the reason why I feel that there should be mythic raids on their way or something additional coming soon. But I love the fact that there is a ton of potential for the Shaak Trooper team. Now, that is just my thought. Again, I didn't optimize this as best as I could. So what have you seen out there? What have you done on your own account? What has your guild been doing? Let me know. Leave a comment in the section below and tell me how best to optimize this, and I can do another video that actually shows the optimal run for this squad. Now, that being said, guys, if you like this content, hit the like button, click on the bell to let you get notified when more stuff's coming. If you do like this, please share this with your guild, let them know. And if you want to see other videos, please leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you want to see and how you want these teams to be built. Finally, in the section below, there is a link for 2 free Audible books. If you try it out for a month, you get 2 books. You help the channel. It's great. It's wonderful. And Star Wars audiobooks, guys, are hands down some of the best books out there. Even the new canon has some really great content. So check it out, like, subscribe, share, click on the links below. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.